rid of the ball quickly.
As we said, this is his 6th game of the season. He played in 8 games last year. Only attempted a couple of passes, and that one over the head of Armando Allen. And incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. And today's 1st and 10 line brought to you by Xerox.
Well, the way they've been playing, it's a long way away, that 1st down.
From the Irish 21, 3rd down and 10. Sharpley's pass, dangerous, but complete to Paris. Paris fighting his way forward close to midfield where he's tackled by Paul Anderson. It's a 28-yard gain as the defender broke on the football trying for the interception. It got through to Paris for the 28-yard gain.
You know, really the few big plays they've had in the passing game this year have come from Robbie Paris and Golden Tate against Purdue, but Robbie Paris in particular has come up with some plays in the passing game. Not enough of them. The whole team hasn't, but he's the guy.
Tribble made the break on the ball.
He did. But it was a good throw. Otherwise, it's picked off or certainly deflected.
Talked to Robbie Paris yesterday. The third was coming from an accounting class before we talked to him. Sorry. Throws it out of bounds to Paris.
You remember Robbie Paris was saying to us too that you just can't stay down. You got off to that 0-5 start, but that next game's coming up on top of you. You just can't think too much about last week's game.
Maurice Crum was the man that kept everybody up, and in the game he was in the ice tub, and Crum came by and said, "You're really maturing. You've really made a big stride from last year." There's Maurice Crum. In a difficult season, he has been a shining light, a real leader.
It's easy to be a leader on a 6-0 team. It's a lot more difficult here.
Swing pass, Allen.
We're going to call a penalty late hit on Evan Sharpley.
On Dunbar. Sharpley came on in the 4th quarter against Purdue and moved the Irish. And here,
Herzlich hits him late.
We have a personal foul, roughing the passer. The foul is 15 yards from the end of the last run. 1st down.
I don't particularly agree with the call, but they're going to give it a 15-yard penalty against Mark Herzlich, the outside linebacker for Boston College.
So the ball just inside the Boston College 35-yard line.
So now it becomes 4-down territory for Charlie Weiss, I think.
Blitz comes. Sharpley avoids the first man, rolling and fangs his man, complete to Schwab. And the fullback finally tracked down by Tyrone Pruitt. 15-yard gain, and give the credit to Evan Sharpley for a heads-up play.
The backup quarterback's always the favorite guy when your team is doing badly, right? But they always seem to come in and give you a spark. Evan Sharpley has. He's more mobile, apparently, than Jimmy Clausen. Avoids a pretty good rush here. And he ball quickly when he does have protection. Makes up his mind quickly.
At the 19th. Pass Sharpley. Protection. Pass drilled for the touchdown to Paris. Robbie Paris. 19-yard touchdown strike from Evan Sharpley. Sharpley's 3rd touchdown pass of the season. And for Robbie Paris, the sophomore from Olmsted Falls, Ohio, his 1st career touchdown catch.
I'll tell you, that time, really good protection by the offensive line. And Evan Sharpley had a lot of time to find number 82, Robbie Paris, and then threw it really accurately.
Brandon Walker will attempt the point after. Up and through.
Okay, so life for the Irish.
And number 13 put the life in the Irish.
Good protection, good read. See how quickly he makes up his mind.
We have a television timeout.
And then just drills it to his Z receiver, his flanker, Robbie Paris, for the touch. New life for the Irish.
Another screen pass. And Notre Dame still can't defend it.
Great block downfield again by, I think it's Matt Tennant at the center. Had a great block.
And you see Coach Weiss, another flag down as Whitworth.
He's back in the game, isn't he, Charlie? He knows they have a chance. New life.
Back-to-back holding calls against BC.
Holding 77. First down.
Well, Sherilis, who has started today his 44th straight game, has had a tough afternoon.
Right down here.
So the ball set back to the 12-yard line of the Eagles. Crowd given new life. First down and 19. But Matt Ryan, the veteran, imperturbable, stands in the pocket and delivers again to Purvis.
Yeah, it's perfect. You know, first down, you get 12 of it back, right? It's first and 19. You got about 12 of those yards back using his tight end, who really has been open all day.
How many catches is that for? 5 catches for Purvis.
52 yards on those catches, and really has not been stopped just yet. So, again, good, patient play calling, Tom. Not trying to get it all back in that one play.
Well, this is a veteran BC team, unlikely to be rattled, led by their Heisman candidate quarterback Matt Ryan. From the gun, Ryan has it batted back into his face.
Well, it was Pat Kuntz, I think, who got that. Is the 7th tip pass by Pat Kuntz. Trevor Laws has tipped 7 himself. So 14 tip passes between those two guys in the interior line.
They just have an uncanny timing on this.
Yeah.
Not that they're so tall, it's just that their timing is so good.
And good vision. You always talk about vision for running backs. Well, sometimes defensive linemen have it as well.
Third down and 8, deep in BC territory. Matt Ryan blitzed by Zibikowski, intercepted by Brian Smith for the touchdown. And that celebration in the end zone is likely to cost Notre Dame a penalty. But the freshman linebacker Brian Smith with an interception and a 25-yard return for the touchdown.
And you mentioned it earlier, Tom. Charlie Weiss said to us yesterday, Brian Smith and his other freshman linebacker, Kerry Neal, are going to be dynamic players. He said, we've not had speed off the edge like we have with these guys. You saw some of it right there.
Matt Ryan picked off for the 6th time this season.
Well, the defense had
the offensive team for excessive celebration from the bench. The touchdown is good. The penalty will be administered on the succeeding spot.
Well, that should be on the kickoff. That should give Boston College pretty good field position. Defense got it turned around last week and led the Irish to the win, and big turnover for a touchdown there by Brian Smith.
And Walker the extra point. And it is good. Well, you know, Evan Sharpley got all this started. Put a charge into him. Now scuffle breaking out down on the field. Here's the touchdown again, the interception.
Well, that ball actually got tipped maybe first by Maurice Richardson, but nonetheless, Brian Smith read it perfectly the entire way.
Celebration on the Notre Dame sideline. Suddenly, with Sharpley at quarterback, we've got a game.